Okay, so this is part 2 of my 2003 Lancer OZ Rally build. I've done quite a bit actually already. I've only had it a couple weeks, but I took the chrome grille, which I thought looked like crap, and went ahead and plastid-dipped that black. And I got some aftermarket headlight bezels and new headlights and stuff, and they're black as well, so it kind of matches the whole theme. And I've just pretty much cleaned the car up. It was pretty nasty when I got it. I cleaned the rims up a bunch. They look like complete crap. Got me some window stickers there to add about 40,000 horsepower. Just overall, the outside looks about a million times better. I bought a vortex generator, and this is a real deal vortex generator. The fins are offset at 15-degree increments, and that's supposed to break up the wind coming over the back of the window here. And I talked to a Mitsubishi design tech because they were designed for the Evo 9s and stuff, and apparently they work as well with the low wing non-turboed Evo style spoilers. And what it does, it also reduces drag. It basically just creates 2 layers of wind, and so the bottom layer is swirled, and that swirled air affects the spoiler more. So I thought that was pretty cool. I've done quite a bit under the hood. I've added a bunch of Stage-1 bolt-ons and stuff. Interior wise, I fixed the broken side view mirror. That wasn't really a big deal at all. Got a Type R shifter that's lightweight and feels a lot better. Need to get a taller shift boot to match it, but I just like the overall feel of this shifter 1,000 times better than the wonky pistol grip style stock Lancer shifter. I cleaned the seats up and just kind of detailed the car quite a bit so it doesn't look like total crap. Somebody bonked it there before I got it, so I'm going to get a Evo 9 style front bumper that somebody makes. I think it might be Cybon or somebody, but I thought that would look a lot better than the stock one anyway. And I'll get it painted to match. I'm not going to leave it primered or nothing retarded. And I've got a SRS 4-into-2-into-1 header, and that's going into a 2-inch downpipe, and then after the 2-inch downpipe, it goes into a high flow cat. Let me get down here. A high flow catalytic converter, and then back into a 2.5-inch catback made by Pseudo, and it's the S2, I believe. It's got a big old fart can under there, and it sounds really good. I like the tone of it. I'm getting ready to refurbish the rear sway bar and get polyurethane bushings for it, and do the same with the front one as well. The rear sway bar is exclusive to the OZ Rallies, so if you have an ES or something, then you won't even have one of those. And these little radiator mounts were rusted all to shit, so I spray painted them with red enamel. And once I got the header, I figured I'd go ahead and work on the intake side some. So I got an AEM cold air intake, and before you say, oh, that's not going to do anything, well, the stock airbox on this car has about 3 different resonator chambers that choke the air down to, I think it's about 1 inch in certain places. So this flows about a million times better. And also I talked to a guy at AEM, and he said that if you take this front little scoop plug out here, that it will create a mild forced induction effect similar to supercharging. Not nearly to that extent, obviously, but they said that when they dyno tested this cold air intake, that when they put fans on it versus no fans, it actually made a difference. So he said that at highway speeds, or anything really over 20 miles an hour, that you will have an increase in horsepower. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I understand that a lot of cars, cold air intakes really don't do much for, because the factory designs them the way they are for a reason. But this is an Econo box engine, and it doesn't really have anything designed for performance out of the factory. So this cold air intake will actually make a difference. And it sounds a lot more throaty now with that SRS header and with the Pseudo catback. And I talked to one of the guys at RRM, which is Road Race Motorsports. They make most of the parts available for these OZ Rally Lancers, and he said that when they dyno tested those headers, they actually made more power with 1 catalytic converter. I thought about getting a test pipe, but I decided against it and pay a little more for the cat, because the RRM guy that I spoke to said that it actually did significantly increase the horsepower with a stock cat. And obviously it deleted the first one that would have been right here, and the whole exhaust system also saved me, like, I don't know, probably 20 pounds. I mean, that stock manifold with the cat built in weighed a ton, And then the stock exhaust with the resonator and like the 2-foot muffler, all that stuff's just weight that isn't necessary. And I stripped out the trunk. I'm going to get a front and rear strut tower bar for it, and that took a lot of weight out too. Got rid of the spare tire and jack, and I'm probably going to do a battery relocation to the rear as well. But that's pretty much all for now. I'll post another video when I get more parts coming in, and hopefully it won't look as bad or perform as bad as it does right now. These aren't fast cars stock, but they have a lot of potential. I've also got an OBX Racing adjustable cam gear that's lightweight, and that reduces rotating mass, which lets the engine accelerate a little bit more, and you can adjust your timing. You can advance it for low end torque or retard it for more top end. And at some point, I can't even get the camera down in there, but the front pulley on these weighs about 5 pounds, and I'm going to get a Road Race Motorsports ½ pound front pulley, and that'll allow it to rev up a little quicker and a little bit tighter as well. I don't think the engine will run quite as smooth, but that doesn't really matter. It's not a family car anymore anyway. So those are the mods that I've done and what I'm planning, and I'll make a part 3 here pretty soon.